The April 28th meeting of the Human Service Committee will now come to order. Madam Clerk, could you please call roll?
Ms. Andrews is excused. Dr. Carbone? Chairman Colby?
Here.
Mr. Delahanty? Mrs. Draw? Mr. Gamina is excused. Ms. Cayley? Mr. Lightfoot is excused. Dr. Quattro? President Adair?
Is there anyone at this to sign up for public forum?
There is.
Please come forward when your name's called.
You will have 2 minutes in which to address the committee. Our speaker tonight is Cassie Grattan.
Good evening. My name is Cassie Grattan. I'm with the Smoking and Health Action Coalition, which is a program under the American Lung Association of the Northeast. I'm here just to give you a quick update on the new element of our program, as well as some quick results from our 2015 community-based tobacco perceptions survey. So the first part of it is that we work throughout Monroe County in order to prevent youth initiation from tobacco use, as well as eliminate exposure to secondhand smoke, and to just empower and keep people in tobacco-free environments. And as part of that, our work is engaging the youth action into this, and that's where the reality check program comes in. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with this. We had it 5 years ago, and now it's back in Monroe County, so it's just the youth action component, and they're really out there to empower our youth to take a stand against the tobacco industry that's marketing towards them. So they're there to educate and engage the communities about the tobacco marketing that's in stores, as well as the tobacco marketing that you see in the media, through the internet, through YouTube videos, on Facebook, on any social media. So that's the reality check component of it. And the other piece of it is our 2015 Community Tobacco Survey. We do this every year, just asking 800 Monroe County residents, it's random sampling, certain questions about how they feel about tobacco use, if they use tobacco, what types of policies they might be interested in seeing in their communities. And the first time we asked this year about how they perceived the internet or movies or TV shows that were intended for youth audiences, if tobacco should be included in these avenues, and 84% said that it was unacceptable, and that was the first time asking that of the Monroe County residents. So that's detailed in the packets, as well as some other topics of tobacco use within the county.
Thank you. And we have your written report here to hand out?
Yes.
Okay. We'll give that out at the end of the meeting. Is there anyone else signed up?
There's not.
Is there anyone else present at this time that would like to speak to this committee? The next item on the agenda is approval of minutes. You have the March 24th minutes before you. They stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. You know, in 35 days, if you went out today and planted some seed, in 35 days you could have a head of lettuce. Lettuce right now is very plentiful, local lettuce, because people are growing it in greenhouses. Matter of fact, there's one guy that grows it year round, but in the wintertime it takes him 40 days. Now he's down to 30 days. So, trying to keep healthy here. What? Yep. Yes. It's from him. No. Yeah, you can now, under cold frame. Sure. They're both cold crops. Any other vegetable questions? We'll change the committee. certain varieties. I don't know about that variety. I'm not, you got me. I know some varieties you can, but I don't know about that one. The lettuce is typically, this one isn't, but a lot of lettuce in the area is grown hydroponically, and the stuff that's grown hydroponically, when you get it at home, it still has the roots on it. But you can continue to grow it, but then it bolts and it gets tough. All right. Next item on the agenda is new business. Madam Clerk,
Referral 15-0137.
moved by Legislator Carbone, second by Legislator Quattro. Is there any questions? Legislator Cayley.
Thank you very much. Through the chair to the administration, this is completing the contract or bringing the grant total to $1,366,000. Will this allow for any increase in services or families served with this?
Through the chair, if I understand, I guess maybe your question, I think this money allows us really to provide capacity that's roughly around between 13 and 14 FTE nurse equivalents. We more or less have a capacity of about maybe 300 or so, or over 300, families that we serve are moms. And this particular, I guess maybe grant, maybe this piece, provides maybe for a subset of those for that funding.
Thank you. So then it's not an increase for capacity, it's basically what you've budgeted for?
Through the chair, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next item.
Referral 15-0138.
Moved by Legislator Quattro, second by Legislator Draw. Any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, please.
Referral 15-0139.
Moved by Legislator Draw, second by Legislator Delahanty. Got it right. Legislator Cayley.
Thank you again. Through the chair to the administration, since this is the new grant, will this be a health department staff administered program, or is this going through another health facility?
Through the chair, this will be a health department, I guess, staffed program.
All right. Thank you. That's it.
Is there any other questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. All opposed? I guess, okay, we have, all opposed? Motion carries. Next item, please.
Referral 15-0140.
Moved by Legislator Delahanty, second by President Adair. Is there any questions? Legislator Cayley.
Thank you. Through you to the administration, this is the 13th year that we've received this. Can you indicate, I know that it's not just for testing of water, but how often the beach water is tested on a yearly basis?
Through the chair, we do periodically maybe testing not only of Ontario but also East Oran Beach, and part of that, testing that we do, gives us information that we need to make assessments about, what the quality is on a regular basis, particularly during the times of the year, when, presumably you would actually have folks who would be swimming in that body of water.
Thank you. And then just lastly, through the chair, has there been a marked improvement or an improvement or a status quo in the quality of the water when it's been tested over the last few years?
Through the chair, there's been improvement, and some of that relates to not only the water quality, but also our improved ability to predict maybe the quality of the water based upon the indicators that we're collecting. So as an example, we know that the number of available days, in 2014 were substantially higher in terms of the number of folks that could actually swim on allowable days compared to the year before that. And we expect, I guess, with this continued funding, but also with some of the additional indicators that we're looking at, in which we're getting state and federal guidance, that will continue to improve.
Thank you.
If I may indulge, have you done any testing in relation to now that we have the pumps in place by the pier of water quality improvement? I know seaweed's not as much.
Through the chair, we can provide, I guess, an answer, I guess, maybe to that. I don't have the exact answer for that now, but I'm willing to provide that later.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye. Any other questions? Excuse me. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Referral 15-0141.
Moved by President Adair, second by Legislator Carbone. Any questions? Legislator Kaylee.
Thank you. Through you, could you say, were there any local responders to this RFP?
Through the chair, could you repeat your question?
Were there any local respondents to the RFP process?
Through the chair, just for this RFP process, the respondents included Cornell, Cornerstone, EEA, and Housing Council, Pathstone.
All right, thank you. And if I'm correct, this is not the first year. Through the chair, has Cornell ever done this before for Monroe County?
Through the chair, we have worked with Cornell just maybe before on this and related projects, and can provide you more specific information about that.
All right, thank you. If I could, I guess what I'm looking for is, if I may, through the chair, who has done it over the last couple years that it has been done, and why you feel that Cornell is more qualified than those that have already offered the service here?
Through the chair, I think I can in part maybe answer that just based upon our RFP process and the criteria maybe that we actually use maybe to evaluate each of those applicants. And in those areas that we examined, which included cost, included their capacity, including maybe the quality of their applications, Cornell scored the highest.
Thank you. Then I'm going to ask just one more question. How often, through the chair, do you expect this training to happen?
Through the chair, with this training, we expect that there will be about 8 classes that will be offered that will serve about 180 individuals that will cover about 270 properties in the city.
So if I understand you, through the chair, eight instances during the year?
Through the chair, yes, maybe 8 instances for those specific classes. I mean, some of those instances, yes.
That's what I asked. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
You all set? Any other questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried. All those opposed? Motion carried. Is there any other matters to come before this committee? Seeing none, before we adjourn, I would like to say our thank you to Dr. Kennedy for serving us over the last few years, and hope the old adage is true that it's always greener on the other side of the fence for you. And it's glad to see you going back closer to some family members.
Yes. Thank you.
So that the no other matters to come before this, the April 28th meeting of the Human Service Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting for the Human Service Committee is scheduled for Tuesday, May 19th at 5:30.